want to point out a couple of good sites for freebies this week. The first is Autodafe or Autodafe, not really sure. There's so many freebies here, mostly for the full version of Kontakt, and these include pianos, vintage drum machines, guitars and organs. They're all completely free, but you can choose to donate via PayPal if you find them useful. I definitely encourage this if you're going to use them in commercial productions, just give back to the developer. Website's a little bit difficult to find, so click the description below for the link. I've been meaning to mention this one for a while. It's Layercake from Flintpope. Layercake is the newest free library from them. It's 266 megabytes in size, runs in the full version of Kontakt, and it's basically an effects and atmosphere generator. You've got 3 different samplers in the engine here with 4 sounds in each. Each sampler has 13 controls for manipulating the sound, different effects, that sort of thing, and you can also add your own audio into the engine. This is free with an optional donation, or you can also choose to support them on Patreon. They also do lots of other freebies for Kontakt, Ableton and other software, including a brand new synth that runs in the full version of Reactor 6. Have a look at their website for details of all of those. This particular pack is by Jasper Blunk, and this is a brass library called Angry Brass. I read about this on Facebook a few weeks ago, and to be honest I had a hard time finding the thread, so I've only just managed to find it and bring it to you now, so I'm really pleased about that. This is a brass library just with sustains, but everything has been played at FFF, it's full volume. You've got 3 patches here: horn ensemble, trumpet ensemble and trombone ensemble, and these samples are really great for layering with other libraries. Jasper's also got another nice freebie, which is a strings library on his page. Check the link in the description below, that'll take you to both libraries. That strings library has some excellent violin and ensemble patches. So I want to say a big thank you to Jasper for sharing his goodies with us. I've been searching for a few interesting freebies this week. The first one is Minimal Structure from Loop Lords. It's a collection of juicy kind of analog percussion, one-shots and construction kits. It's mostly centered around house music, but you could easily twist those samples into a variety of uses, especially the percussion. You can pay what you want. I think it was about €9 before, but you can actually put €0 in the box if you want to, if you're feeling particularly mean. Have a look at the Loop Lords website for details. This next instrument is called War Tuba. It's from Karoryfer Samples. This runs in the free Sforzando player from Plog, which is a SFZ sound font player. It'll probably run in other ones as well. I haven't checked it out in too much detail. This library has raw tuba samples with round robins and dynamic layers, and if the tuba isn't for you, I know it's not for me, then do check out the other freebies on the website. They've got about 20 different options there. Some sound font libraries, some Kontakt libraries. There's a real mixed bag, so it's worth having a look. I especially like the look of some of their percussion and guitars, and they're all free. I've got some absolutely blistering freebies for you this week. I know I did a whole bunch of free stuff last week, but there's so much more to add. So the first is a free sample pack from Pro Audiophiles. Now I'll give you a bit of background on this. I've been in touch with Dan from the Pro Audiophiles website. He curates a great site. It's full of articles and tutorials from some huge names in the industry, and the focus on the site is making you a better and more productive musician, so you can search for information there by genre or mixing technique. There's mastering techniques on there as well, all sorts of different things. But one of the best things about the site is there's a free sample pack available. It's got 250 sounds and it's a free download with drum hits, effects, analog harmonies and reverb sounds. All you need to do is just enter your email address and they'll send the link straight to you. For more information, head over to the website at theproaudiofiles.com. A mention for Hidden Path Audio and their Orchestral Rise builder. This requires the full version of Kontakt 5.5.1 and above, and it's 83 megabytes, which doesn't sound too much, but there are some very useful ensemble orchestral sounds here. You've got short, medium and long rises, and they've been mapped across the keyboard and split into sections of strings, brass and woodwinds, or you've got mixed sections there as well. The content is pretty limited, so if you want to change the root key, you'll have to do so on the main tuning knob in Kontakt, but it is free and it sounds pretty good, so I'm not complaining. Have a look at the Hidden Path Audio website for details. Lastly, a really huge library. This is Big Cat's Instruments Vasilian Studios Chamber Orchestra number 2. This is an enormous, nearly 2 gigabytes worth of sample playback plugin for Mac and Windows. It features 25 different orchestral instruments with 88 different articulations. Don't be put off by the somewhat basic looking website. The content here is solid and it's been derived from sound font packs and been given a spruce up with a new interface. You can also access the individual instruments if you're just interested in one or two via the Big Cat Instruments website. Do check it out. This week's big freebie, I think it might have slipped under the radar for a few people. I haven't seen a lot of chat about it online. It's the Game Developers Conference giveaway from Sonniss. Here you've got 20 gigabytes of sound effects and Foleys in celebration of the last Game Developers Conference. You've got all sorts of kind of outside noises here, creatures, atmospheres, weather, and so much more. There's over 800 different samples. Now I know this is not strictly music, but I also know that a lot of you guys are into sound design and audio mangling, so these samples should be right up your street. They've done a huge giveaway every year, and this is their biggest pack yet. If you do want the previous 2 packs, now that you've heard about this one, do email Tim@Sonniss for a link. You can find his details on the Sonniss website. Well done, guys. I'm going to quickly run through some nice freebies this week. The first is Carpentry tools from Sampleso. These samples aren't new, but I did come across the pack this week, so I'm including it. It's a collection of Carpenter's workshop sounds, highly mutated and folded into several Kontakt instruments for the full version of Kontakt version 5 and above. Now you wouldn't especially think Carpentry sounds would be useful, but most of them are aggressive and there's some really interesting percussion noises here as well. I could easily find these sounds slipping into some of my kind of hybrid and experimental cues. They're very unusual sounds and I do recommend you check them out. If you head over to the Sampleism website, you can find Hephaestus sounds. I came across this company whilst checking out their free oboe, which is pretty decent. Aside from this, they also have a pipe organ, guitar, piano, saxophone and hand drum libraries. Now I haven't had the chance to check them all out, but for free I'm not really complaining, so do have a look at the Sampleism website for details. There's 2 orchestral chord libraries available for free from Sonuscore. They run in the full version of Kontakt 5.6 and above, and here you've got 2 libraries full of orchestrated chords. One library is full orchestrations and the other one is string sections including sustains and tremolos. You just have to sign up to the Sonuscore mailing list to get them delivered straight to your inbox.